Hi everyone, this is AJ Crowley's Scattergun, and this is The Hunter Call of the Wild on Xbox Game Pass. Ooh, you get to pick from different... Okay, didn't realise that was DLC. So I don't really, again, as with all the Scattergun videos, I don't know anything about this game, other than maybe a few odd-end screenshots that I've seen on the Game Press floating around. It's a first-person game, I believe.
You made it here in one piece. Welcome to the Untamed Wild. Name's Colton Locke, but everyone calls me Doc. I'm the warden up here, and I know just about every nook and cranny of this place. I heard this is your first time in the Pacific Northwest and Lake District. Well, this here's the best hunting reserve you'll find in 100 miles. I've been hunting here my whole life, and I still don't get tired of this place. Go ahead, look around. There's a lot to discover around here, not just the big game. Let's see what you can do. Try to find an animal track around here.
Okay, move around left stick, look, using right stick. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Because with controller, I find it easier to look down by pressing forward. I mean, I know that's more of a camera thing when I'm in a third-person view, but I'm actually starting to find that it makes more sense. There we go. Field of view. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Right. It's just more, I don't know, it just feels a bit more intuitive to do that than up.
Careful. The underbrush can be a bit noisy this time of year. If an animal hears you approaching, you better believe it'll turn tail and run. Or worse. There. Use your binoculars to get a closer look.
Now, hang on. So, how do I get my binoculars out? Damn it. Show equipment selector. Ah, right, okay. There we go, right. Locate a track. I haven't actually located a track as such.
Be sure to aim for its vital organs. Heart and lung shots mean quicker kills, less painful. Gentle now. Take a deep breath to steady your aim.
Well, I definitely hit the thing. Yeah.
White-tailed deer are often slightly bigger than the blacktail, but they're quicker to flee if they sense danger.
I would have thought they'd be pretty quick to flee when they've been shot.
Sounds like Richard's gonna need a helping hand. Sorry, we got this full-blown survivalist fellow living out here all year round. Richard Hope. He got in a bit of trouble, it seems. I can fill you in on the details later.
Well,
There are times when you'll want to be moving fast out here, but not when on a hunt. The animals will hear you coming a mile away. Stay low when you're stalking an animal to avoid being seen. If you want to get your bearings, there are lookout points spread out all over the reserve.
well, it looks like I did actually manage to shoot it correctly. Heart stroke lung shot. That was into the right lung there. Well, it's very pretty. I mean, a lot of games are just pretty in general. Visit a lookout point. Right, so that would be... I saw one up here. What was it there? Ah, yeah, there we go. An animal has heard you. I did set the field of view to 90 degrees, so that might be why it looks a little bit odd, but let's run a bit just because it's quicker. Oh, no. Rabbit. White-tailed jackrabbit.
Black-tailed deer are one of the easiest animals in the reserve to hunt. Still, be wary of your noise and the wind direction, as their senses are quite good.
I mean, I think this game sort of leaves it more or less up to you what you do. I mean, I gathered that there is sort of some missions to do. At least, you know, it's. I think that might be part of the tutorial more than anything else. Let's go up to this lookup point, which I think is up here. Other than that, I think generally it is just...
Listen, did you hear that? Calls are really helpful when locating an animal.
Let's just get the binoculars. Very old. Ooh, black-tailed deer. I'm not quite sure what the question mark means. Drat, I'm making quite a lot of noise. Again, I'm gathering that the noise is a major factor because you're hunting things. So every time you examine a track, it gives you a sort of arc of where it was probably going. We're going to find out what that means fairly soon. Ooh, just now. So probably really close to one of these things. Oh, right. I don't know what that is or why it's significant. Left this note here for someone to find. Whoever you are, walk in peace. Go north to find the closest outpost you can, as the curious tombstones close by. Let's try and get this white-tailed deer. Sorry, black-tailed deer. Like some poop over there. Let's find out how recent the poop is. Didn't think I'd be saying that on a stream. See, I could just sort of be randomly wandering around here. Nice depth of field on the binoculars. I mean, the depth of field and the rain, it's really nice. It'd be a good idea if I had sort of a better idea about which sort of general direction it was going. Try and get ahead of it, or very fresh. Oh, I thought that might be it there. The fact that it let out a warning call might... Ooh. Warning call. Ooh. I'll do that. I hope the trains aren't very common in this game. That would be bad. What's this? Need zones. Oh, right. So basically you can keep... Ooh. Is it sleeping? Oh! Oh, look at that. A whole herd of these things. And one's coming straight to me. Ow! Well, okay, it wasn't a brilliant kill, and it's not one that's... It's not like a buck. Yeah, I know that. Oh, I hit it in the throat. I took out its neck. Achievement 5, it's something, and a bronze rating on a harvested animal. Okay. Yeah. Flesh, middle, neck. Oh, that's a whitetail. It wasn't even the blacktail. Oh, bugger.
There's no shortage of ways to earn money as a hunter. No shortage of ways to spend it either.
I made a hell of a lot of noise there. Oh, the white-tailed deer. I don't want the white-tailed deer. On the white-tailed deer, that's the one I was just following. I just heard it. Or heard something. Ah! Still one down there. White-tailed, not interested in that. I think I've already
Keep
got one.
track of where the wind is blowing. Animals will pick up your scent easily if they're downwind from you.
Well, hang on then. Yeah, okay, so that's not the black-tailed deer then, because the wind looks as if it's going behind me at the minute. Just now, so let's
It's bleeding, so that's a hit. Follow the blood trail to find it. Shouldn't have gone far.
rats. Well, just at least it's flagging that it's a black-tailed deer. I had aimed for a headshot. Obviously, that's probably a bad thing. If you want to take a trophy, you don't shoot them in the head, do you? Dolt. I'm just in that either. Some more blood spore. Damn it. it's the one I shot. Dang it. Oh. I've lost the thing now. Shot it and I didn't manage to kill the smacking thing. Very fresh, so better if I got a decent open shot at the thing rather than try to just snapshot up a hill. Lovely wind sound. It does sound rather natural, you know. It's, you've not got any sort of extraneous or overdone sounds like in a lot of games. I think you could probably spend a good while in this game just sort of very slowly wandering around enjoying the environment. This thing's going round in damn circles. You know what? Let's give up on this one for the moment. Bloody hell. So I go side to right. everything within hundreds of meters by running around. But let's find out what's going on. Oh, what was it? Oh yeah, lots of tracks and stuff. Yeah, going in the right direction. Now down there at the bottom right, you got like a sound meter, which looks as if it's, you know, how much sound you're generating. That's obvious. Heart rate. Which is probably indicating how hard you've been pegging it, because I'm running at the minute, and the longer you run, it looks like you probably have a stamina limit. Although I'm not sure what would happen if you actually sort of pushed it. I believe that's health, which probably isn't a good thing for me, because I actually have lost some health because a deer ran at me.
Just remember to take a breather before shooting anything.
So, left sticky in L3 is swapping between running and walking. I must admit, I mean, I was curious about this game when I saw it in the press. A sort of, you know, the idea which, you know, you are literally just going out into the wilds and hunting animals. I mean, apart from the sort of general, I suppose I'm not really that comfortable with hunting in general. I don't think I'd really want to hunt. I'd be more interested in, you know, taking photographs than actually killing things. I find that's a bit needless. But I think as a sort of game concept, it's probably got a lot for it.
Would you look at that view? Never gets old, I'm telling you. From up here, you can see a lot of great hunting spots in the area.
It does look
Valmont's
quite
not
stunning.
only where Hope set up camp, it's also famous for the railroad bridges along the old North Pacific line. Keep an eye out for them if you can in between blacktail hunting. Or why not use them as vantage points? I once bagged a whitetail from the Runaki Bridge. Be sure to stop by one of the outposts. You can find pretty much anything you need there.
I mean, that's... Okay, we've got a point outside this orange line. I'm not actually sure what the orange line represents. Ooh. I don't think I hit it. That's a bit poor. That's sort of just You'd have thought they could have had a like an opening door animation. That's a bit naff, really. I suppose it's not part. It's not about the game. It's the game's the sort of creeping around and hunting bit. But that's a sort of little bit disappointing that they couldn't put the effort into a decent animation for opening and closing a damn door. I mean, also, I think you could probably get a lot out of this game by just exploring. I'm not quite sure what that icon is in the middle of that group of three down at the bottom right. Unfortunately, you can't actually see them. Let's just take off the logo. So you've got the little heart icon, which seems to indicate your stamina use. The noise icon on the right, but I'm not quite sure what that one in the middle is. Oh, that's I've reset me Scattergun. Countdown. Oops. Dole. Okay, let's assume that we're about 37 minutes. Let's do another sort of 20 minutes or so. Let's put away the gun. Stop by an outpost. Okay, inventory. What have we got? We've got oh, that was something just disappearing off in the background. Got some ammo. We've got one set of sights. Oh, we've got multiple lures actually. There's an outpost sort of west, which I think I'll probably get to if I just follow this, what looks like a path. Poop. Must examine the poop. Let's run because I don't feel like spending too long just walking, at least not for this recording. Ah, there we go. Oh, right, we can fast travel between these. I dare say it might be worth looking this up. I mean, is it just about the hunting, or is there any sort of... I'd like to find out maybe if there's a, some wider narrative that's available in it. He did mention some survivalist fella.
Catching on quickly. Nice place, right? You won't find a soft bed in many parts around here. Don't forget to stock up before heading out.
Oh, right, we have guns. We have different guns. of which I own a basic one. I've got 4,000 of whatever the in-game currency is. All these look quite expensive. Oh, right, so I think this is effectively
You know that
the shop.
guy I mentioned earlier, Hope? Well, looks like he's been having a bit of a problem lately. He's been camping out over at Balmont a couple weeks, but coming back last night, he found his camp turned on its head. Some food was taken, and apparently the place looked like it had been really messed with. I don't know if it was an animal or some tourist troublemakers, but I'm up in Topeka all day and can't look into it. Listen, I know you probably have other plans, but you're in the right neck of the woods, and I'd sure be grateful if you could just stop on by and have a look.
Right, well, there's some sort of narrative. So you got bows, you got various ammo. Let's.
Hope showed up here 2 years ago. Said something about getting off the grid. I heard he lost his family in an accident while he was deployed overseas in the army. Hit the poor guy hard. I guess out here you only need to look out for yourself. It's easier that way. Not the most cheerful fella, to be honest, but he's earned his peace for sure. Let's find out whoever did this.
Handgun sights, bow sights, lures, scents, consumables, oh, first aid kit, clothing, backpacks. Oh, it's starting to feel a bit like PUBG. Better binoculars. Oh, you can actually have a tent. Blinds. Oh, wow. Oh, I actually do have another gun. Ah! You can drive a little ATV around. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. So it's a little bit more interesting now. I like the idea of hunting with a handgun. You know, the big, heavy-duty
If you ever need a place to
magnums
rest,
and so on.
there's a cabin in each outpost. I had them gutted and redone last season.
Oh, you actually have to pay to rest. Right. Okay, right, so we need to start shooting things to get money. Oh, damn it. Right, let's track that Hope mission. No, I didn't turn on me that particular logo. I meant to turn off the countdown tracker. So trying to get a little bit to grips with this. So, there we go, Hope's Camp. So that's sort of northeast of us. So if we sort of, yeah, go northwest. Okay. Skills. 1 skill point. Mating call. Coyote. I know the Americans tend to call it coyote. I think I'm a bit more prone to go with coyote. Now, is this a bad thing that we're sort of wandering into an area where there could be, like, you know, slightly more aggressive creatures? Warning call now. Oh, okay. I haven't seen the tracks appearing much though now. I haven't seen anything in the last few minutes actually. So I want to be going in this direction anyway because it's northwest towards that guy's camp. It's kind of nice in a sort of non-threatening way, in that, you know, you could tell there's a lot of things around, but it doesn't. It's not the kind of immediacy of, you know, like a first-person shooter or whatever, where you've, you know, got to, you know, always be wired up to annihilate stuff. It's sort of, you know, I mean, I'm not sure whether, you know, it's the idea that, you know, we're the top of the food chain, we've got the gun, and so on, or just that it is so much like, you know, real life, I suppose. Oh, that's just gorgeous. I think I just killed a humping coyote. I thought she was pooping. I don't know.
You'll find coyotes all over the reserve, so they're not the most difficult to hunt. They're pack animals, so they respond well to collars, but they can also get aggressive when alerted. So be careful.
I don't know, it looked as if she was humping anyway. Or being humped, I don't know. I'm going to walk for a bit. What's the betting that this dude's camp has been overturned by something larger like a bear and it's not like people? Where'd the rabbits eat? Oh.
Be careful when hunting black bear. Not only are they unpredictable, but they also make very little sound and leave few tracks. You can sneak up on one without realizing it. Fortunately, they'll probably notice you before you them and will keep their distance.
Great. Okay, that's slightly amped up my stress levels as far as, like, what I'm likely to encounter. Looks like it was going that way, probably. I don't know, maybe let's try and get it because it'd be a good kill. It'd be something cool to get a trophy of. And on the other hand, let's kill it before it kills us, maybe. Just now. Rats, I thought. I want to get to that guy's camp. Saw the other side, so I thought the lake could join. Okay, maybe leave the bear alone, maybe. Okay, given that I've managed to cock my countdown timer up by taking it off screen then putting it back on, maybe I ought to find a different place to stick it. The bottom left, but then again that's where you get mini maps and so on, so it's going to be a bit tricky to sort of find the best place for it. I'm going to stick with this scattergun a little bit longer than normal so I can get to this guy's camp, this Hope guy, and find out what this narrative might give us. I mean, as far as first impressions go, I mean, we're talking about like 55, 56 minutes into this recording, so I think I can take the moment to sort of give a verdict on the game. Like a lot of games I have played, like Observer, like Outlast, you know, there's games which you play as games, and games which you play as an experience, like games which you play to, you know, just rack up kills, like I don't know, stuff like Counter-Strike, Battlefield. And then there's games that you play for the story, like, you know, Assassin's Creed and things like that. And then there's games where you've got more of a what I call experiential games, where you're in it to sort of experience an emotional or similar charge that the game developers sort of want you to get from the game. I mean, this feels a little bit like a Netflix and chill game. This feels like a game where you could spend. You could play it two different ways. You could either play it just to go out and kill as much stuff as possible, you know, rack up high, you know, lots of cash and buy all the guns and stuff. But I mean, if you just went straight out for that, I mean, straight out of the gate, I could have just tried to take out as many of those white-tailed deer. There was a whole herd of the white-tailed deer there, and I could just try to take out as many of them as possible and rack up the trophies and get the cash for those. Or I could spend some time just wandering around, it was displaying that guy's map on, like, camp on the map. Oh, there it is. Just takes time to come through. So yeah, I'm going in the right direction, northwest. You know, I think you could just spend a lot of time just very gently wandering around, like just listening to the atmospherics, enjoying the view, for instance. You know, I suppose there's a lot of, as gamers, I suppose we can overlook the, you know, the relaxing side of games. You know, you don't have to spend games just constantly on an adrenaline edge, looking for the next kill, or you know, trying to avoid being killed. There's a lot to be said for games which are slow and gentle, and I think this game's one of those. See how far away. Oh, God, we're quite a way off. Let's run for a little bit. Let's try and get some distance put down, because I at least want to find out what the general narrative is going to give us as far as the game goes. Is this going to be sort of part of a wider story as such, which would be nice? Is it going to give us some structure to the game, or is it really just directing us to an area where we're going to have to kill something? I mean, the fact that this guy, you know, his camp's being turned over, I think the implication is that maybe it was other hunters that did it, or it could just be something obvious like a bear's turned his camp over looking for food and that sort of stuff. So You know, is that just going to be a trigger for here's a bear, kill the bear? It feels a little bit dark and spooky. You know, now you're in amongst the trees, you lose the daylight a bit. Hear the wind through the trees. It's nice to have a game like this every so often. Let's run for a bit more. I suppose it'd be interesting to think about what you could do with games like this if you took sort of an environment and atmospherics like this and then bolted them onto you know, other games like, you know, you could sort of take elements of survival horror games, you could take elements of you know, very experiential games like this. You could do all sorts of things to create different types of you know, not I suppose just exploring the sort of genres and the sort of things you could get out of different mixes. I've sort of gone off a little bit off course, haven't I? It was just northwest of this sort of bit there. Right, okay, so I'm not far off now. Sounds like a horn. I mean, maybe this is an opportunity to get accidentally got shot by another hunter. It's going to take ages for this area to pop up on the map. Okay, not quite in it yet. Let's go north then.
You're getting close. Hope mentioned seeing some tracks in the mud. See if you can find them.
Well, finding some mud would be a start. How did Hope exactly communicate this to you? Is he there with you in the nice and warm and leaving us to go and hunt whatever it is that's done it? That's what's that? Is it a path or road? Okay. Moose. Mating call. Are we going to be told that the camp was actually overturned by some humping moose? Given that I shot a coyote that was in heat, then that wouldn't be a major surprise. Oh, some tracks up there. Let's just go and go to these points though. Oh right, here's the actual camp then.
You found them? Great. Snap some pictures for the record and see if they lead anywhere.
Okay. don't know if I wanted to do that in the end. Inspect. Richard hopes meticulously built survivalist camps can be found across the Lake District region. When hunting is your main source of sustenance, it's important to have a few safe havens to rest at. Oh right, can we actually rest at them as well? Oh, that's definitely people tracks, that is.
Yeah, definitely human.
Yeah.
Looks like a troublemaker then. Now, I don't want you to go picking any fights, but maybe you could follow them and see where they lead.
Yeah, let's do that. So, okay, that is a bit more interesting as far as narrative goes. You've actually got, like, other people that are possibly causing some issue. I mean, that's, you know, PvE territory rather than just PvE animal territory. So, okay, I'm tempted to go just a little bit further. Let's see where these end up. It's not as if they're hard to follow. Or we're going to find someone at the end who's been nommed by a bear, perhaps, or something like that. Who knows?
Some ripped clothing. And no more tracks, huh? Well, just leave it for now, and I'll see what I can come up with. This'll help, though. Thanks.
Oh, we've got a fair chunk of cash for that. Cool. And some XP. Well, if nothing else, it got us to explore a little bit more. Well, okay, let's call it there. That's been an hour or so of Hunter Call of the Wild. I mean, it's a decent looking enough game. It's very pretty. There's a lot of, I think there's probably a fair amount of skill involved if you want to really do well at it. Coloured areas, I'm not quite sure what the significance of those is. There's a lot of detail. It's not a bad UI. I mean, I'm liking this UI here. Yeah. The map is fairly easy to get to grips with. You've got fairly clear side missions. Oh right. Find 3 footprints from 3 different black-tailed deer. Travel to Lake Chila, harvest a white-tailed deer or black-tailed deer at night. Ooh. So there is a day-night cycle. I wonder how long it takes to turn from day into night then. We've got some skill points, perk points. Perks, rifles, handguns, shotguns. I'd be quite keen on trying bow hunting. Using the bow is particularly fun in Far Cry 5. Didn't want to do that. Codex. I got various documents in there. Hunt club and system. So you got fair amount of. I mean, it's not as bad as UIs go. I have to say, that's not bad. What was that? Objective complete. Travel to Beaumont. Okay. No, that's an objective. Come here. It seems easy enough to play. So, I'm happy with that. I think I could, if I have the time, spend a while playing this. I would be interested to know which of those areas, those regions, are DLC and not DLC. Very loud. It doesn't. Oh right. There we go. There is actually a DLC marker. So you got the Tiger National Park, the Savannah, Park Fernando, Hirschfelden, and here. I mean, I could. I mean, unfortunately, this is Game Pass, so I think I'd probably to be able to access the DLC. You know, buy. Let's just have a quick look and see what it is. To get these, I've turned my own cam off. What the hell am I doing? That's what I want to do. Turn the countdown off. Right, it's not taking me straight to it. So I'm guessing I'd have to actually buy the game to be able to purchase the DLC instead of be accessing this on the Game Pass. So it's tempting. It is tempting because I like this. It'd be really nice to see what they've done with these other environments. So, yeah, I think that's The Hunter Call of the Wild. That's on Microsoft Game Pass on the Xbox One S. I think that was really quite nice. And for those of you who are looking for a slightly more relaxed game, I think I would really recommend this. I mean, you've got to get past the whole hunting thing. I mean, if that bothers you, then, to be honest, going to Counter-Strike, PUBG and shooting other people, neither here nor there, is it? That was AJ Crowley's Scattergun for Game Grin. You can find Game Grin at gamegrin.com. You can do a search for Game Grin on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter. We're on Discord. If you find the Discord server, you can come and join us on a Friday night, Saturday nights for theme nights, where we just gang together and play online stuff. You can find me at ajcrowley.live. That's my link page. ajcrowley.games, which is my blog. You can email me at ajcrowley@ajcrowley.life and give me suggestions of games you want to see me play, other things you want me to do, whether it's been, whether you've enjoyed the video or not, anything I can do to improve, and so on. That was AJ Crowley's Scattergun with me, AJ Crowley. Enjoy the video, and I will see you on another video later. Take care.